Alright, hey guys, so I said screw it, I'm going to put the drive shaft together for the shocker. So now that I gave you guys all the other stuff, how to set that up and how to line it up, now I'm going to show you how to put this thing together. So I took a piece of tubing that I had. There's nothing wrong with this for all you fucking haters out there. This was a drive shaft I had that was fine. So I ended up trimming it down for the size I need. I got a really good chop saw, so this is kind of where we'll go with this. I got one with a metal blade. So this thing cuts about perfect. So as long as you take your time to get your measurements, everything's good to go. So I got my ends really close to where I need them to be. I am happy. This is for me. This is not to the public. We're not doing DOT work. We're not sending vehicles down the highway with this. This is just in the shop for mud truck applications when you're in a pinch, okay? So here's what we're gonna do now. Now I'm going to assemble this thing. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take this piece of tubing right here, and I'm gonna clean the ends up real quick. So sit tight. All right, so what I did was, while I took my time, and here I cleaned up the ends here where I got to weld, the other end too. What I did too is on the inside, after you cut this thing in a chop saw with a grinder, get yourself a nice little file with like a round edge. Kind of come around, clean this thing up if you can. Makes installation a little bit easier. I got my end in the vise here, my bottom end, okay? So I'm going to start to put this thing together here. So I don't have to do this with one hand. So we're going to try to get this thing, it's a tight fit. So you can do a couple different things here. So I got this thing here, boom, we're going right onto here, okay? So that's not too bad. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna try to tap this in with a hammer, just a rubber hammer. If not, another thing that works really, really good, it's nice if you got an extra help, an extra hand in the shop, is a set of torches, or just a little bit of heat. And you just barely heat it, and that thing will fall right on. And like I said, you know, some people will tell you this is the wrong way, they'll tell you the right way. Dude, if it fucking works, it works. So, give me 1 second, I'm gonna put you on pause, and I'm gonna try to set this thing in with just a hammer. All right, so we got it with a rubber hammer. It went right on, up here, boom, tap, tap, tap. Right here is where I ended up on the bottom. Okay, that cut is about perfect. Okay, I'm trying to do this. There's a little bit of an imperfection over here, but that's just from the chop saw or just the grinder, whatever it was. This thing here, like I said, mud truck, remember this, okay? Off-road truck. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this thing out of the vise, and we're gonna show you how to set up the other end. Hold tight. All right, so we're back. So I got this thing just lightly held up in the vise. This is just for my mock-up here, just for my stuff. So here's where it gets very, very tricky. This is where you gotta remember this stuff, okay guys? So this piece right here, this end, basically the male plug end, as it goes up the drive shaft, when you get your slip yoke over here, that spline right there, see it? See that keyway right there in the bottom? Okay, what I do, I take a level, straight edge, something, and I go from the bottom and I go to the top. And I got a mark on there with a marker, okay? Then what I do is, I find my groove of my slip yoke, and I put a mark on there, okay? Again, mud truck. We're getting this thing so close, it's not even funny. Even if you're off a little bit, it's not horrible. I've seen some horrible stuff in my day, and they run it. So, here we go. Here's where you take this right here, and basically what you're gonna do is take your two marks. It's kind of hard, I'm working backwards with this tape measure, or with this camera, okay? And we're gonna set this right there. And then what I'm gonna do again, I'm gonna tap on the top up here with a rubber mallet. You can tap around the sides here with a steel hammer. If it's fighting you, you can do a couple different things. You can take a really good cutoff wheel, just kind of clean this up a little bit so it slides a little easier. I mean, you kind of want it to go. The best thing, this thing's already fitting pretty good. Like I said, just a little bit of heat right around here. Boom, she'll fall right on. So set tight. All right, we're back. So in between these pauses, it's only like a couple of seconds, so it's actually going together very well. Like I said, this might fight you, but once you get really good at it, it's pretty good. So now, bam, okay, we got our lines. They are good. Everything lines up. We've got, let me see here, our marks from where we had before are pretty much dead nuts. So what you got is, bam, okay? So we're good. So now you've got that, you got that. Now we got a drive shaft. Now all you gotta do is weld it up. So I'm gonna do that right now. All right, boys and girls, so we got ourselves a drive shaft. The one thing that I did do before I took this thing out of the vise was I tack welded everything together, just kind of like 4 spots all the way around it. And then here we go, you know what I mean? Burn that bitch in there, burn her in right there. You come right down here, trying to see what I'm looking at. Look at that bad boy, about straight as an arrow. So that's how you can do this stuff in your shop. I know a lot of you guys out there take stuff to shops and everything, and that's fine. That's fine if you got the time. And like I said, this ain't really about a money kind of deal because it's not a real crazy cost to have it done. It's just an in a pinch kind of thing. And like I said, with me, I got good at it, so I trust myself. But yeah, so that's kind of like drive shaft 101. I hope it helps. I hope it helps you out. And I don't know, I like doing this stuff. So if there's other things you guys want to see me do besides the tech talk stuff on True Bagger, I'm always here. So I can teach you whatever you want to know. Later.